I just said there is no God. I just put it out there. And guess what? I will not be smited. If you say you support Hamas, YouTube gets mad at you. You are so not free. Freedom is such an illusion. And the main way it works is by showing you worse. If you see worse and you say, well, shit, I'm not subjected to worse. And they go, yeah, because you're free. You go, yeah, because I'm free. But you're not fucking free. Good morning, Matt. You're not free at all. You're free to follow the rules. But no speech. Will, good morning. No speech should be outlawed, should be eliminated. You know, people always, well, you think white people, racist white people should be able to say shit? Yeah, go right ahead. I would much rather you as a racist white person say exactly how you feel. And then I can make that decision on whether I want to waste any time on you or not. The last thing I want to experience is, you know, thinking we're on the same page, thinking we're buddies, only to find out that you're racist. But at the same time, I think, you know, the majority of us are racist. We just don't realize. Like white people, the majority of white people are racist. Get mad at me saying that, you're probably one of them. You just said all white people are racist. No, I didn't. I said the majority of white people are racist. You're full of prejudice. But it's, which again is a result of J control. Like it's really strange. I battle with this every day, right? Belch. I battle with, you know, why am I doing this? You know, what do I think is happening? And then even shit like lagging a lot today. Yeah, I could tell. I could tell. Well, in 10 minutes, if it's not better, we'll reset. But it's, you know, it's one of these things where, like, I don't really have any peers. Like, even Matt, right? Matt, my biggest supporters. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you know, Matt's got some real fucked up shit going on when it comes to trans. And hopefully it can be adjusted. Hopefully it can be dealt with. Hopefully, you know, these, but if that's a choice that he's going to make for the rest of his life, that he's going to choose to have bigotry towards the trans people, well, that would prevent us from being any more than casual friends or acquaintances or whatever. I'll let you know, just adjust the audio. Just the audio. And so it's like I find myself on this island, right? Where I so badly want to be like, I see all these other different people on them, and they, you know, they're either having a good time or they're allowed to have success. They're allowed to, you know, they're allowed to exist in a way where they don't get censored and shit. You know, and I think, man, Maybe I should swim over to that island and hang out with those people. And then you find out, well, they believe in God. Yeah, well, they they're racist. Yeah, well, it's like it's a strange position to be in. And like the strange part for me is I test myself, right? I put myself under the same microscope that I put everything else under. Look how sensitive you are. If you knew you were right, you wouldn't have gotten upset at being the example. And at it's your truth. If you're in the right here, then you shouldn't be mad that I pointed it out. Why would you be mad? You should be proud. If I single you out, I don't want you talking about that. And that's that should be telling for you. That should wake you up a little bit. I mean, you definitely wouldn't be upset if I was talking about how great you are, right? And as far as hate goes, there was no hate on that. Stating facts. You believe the way you believe. That is something that I could never overlook. And as I was saying, just like Matt in this situation, it's not like you can come at me and tell me how I'm wrong and you're right. I should I swim to that island when I can see what's wrong with it? I'm on this island because it's this island of what I believe to be like righteousness. It's this island of good. And everything I think and talk about is good, is the right way to be doing things. If you can tell me how we shouldn't have equal rights for everyone and we shouldn't treat everyone fairly and nobody is better, born supreme, born less than, then I'd love to hear it. If you can explain to me why trans is not okay, gay is not okay, I'd love to hear it. If you can explain to me why vaccines are good and we should absolutely use them, I'd love to hear it. If you can explain to me why history makes sense, I'd love to hear it. I'd like to come over to the island. I don't want to be by myself anymore. But that's how it always ends up. And if I could look at it and say, yeah, well, I guess I am kind of discriminatory. Yeah, like if I could find the wrong in it, then I would change it. But I can't find the wrong in it. I don't see what's wrong with not believing in God. But here you go. Here comes Mike. Mike J. I'm a clown because I'm better than you, I guess. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. If you tell me what I'm not understanding, what I'm missing, and you can do a better job than I can. And remember, like, I'm educated. I've chased all these things down. I've looked into these things. I guarantee I know more about your shit than you do. I have no idea what you're talking about. But it shouldn't be so. Me. Don't say those things. Don't this. If you ask me about it, I'm definitely going to address it. Probably going to be like, damn, I should ask that question. And this has made this journey really hard. Like Dick Gregory, right? I fucking love Dick Gregory. I think Dick Gregory is amazing. I've seen the elder Dick Gregory speaking about things. And I think this man is I was saying really like Dick Gregory. And I would love to Dick Gregory's island and hang out there, but there's just, he believes in God. He he had a he had a rightfully prejudiced point of view. You know, the thing that's always like when it comes to the racism versus prejudice aspect. First of all, black people can't be racist, and I know that really bothers white people to hear that, but they can't be. Not in the United States, at least, because this has the ability to affect the other race's outcome, other people's outcome. You decide how much money goes into the school system. You decide how the laws are like, this is racism. Prejudice is, I don't like this person because of their skin color. That's prejudice, and all black people can be prejudiced. Oh shit, he got me. They think that's a good, oh shit, he got me. They think that's a good, like, I'm gonna talk shit and then run away with my tail between. Interesting how that works. Now again, you know what? I'm gonna just reset because this shit ain't working. So let's try it again. So let's try it again.